Good evening and welcome to the coaching class on Talk with Rams. Staying with the coronavirus theme that I started with earlier, Coach Edwin Matlapeng wanted to talk to us about this virus, and I was so chuffed when he brought up the subject because I thought, how did you know that I'm staying with the theme? Because there are so many other things involved in this theme of coronavirus, and it does affect you as a business person, but it does affects you as a human being, and it affects the society that you live in. It is upon us. Believe it or not, it's like many other viruses that have been with us, but this one, we are told COVID-19 is deadlier and contagious. And from the numbers we picked up this week, it's moving very, very fast. It's among us. Believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, like it or not, I'm told we are all going to have it. Whether it's going to be deadly to you or not, it's another matter. I hope not. I pray not. So, Coach, good evening.
Evening, sir.
Thank you for coming, and thank you for reading my mind about this coronavirus. You know, but I like you sent me a quote that caught me by Warren Buffett. When the rivers run dry, we get to see those who've been swimming naked.
Yep.
And it's about preparedness.
Absolutely.
That's what you're talking about there.
Absolutely.
It's talking about this virus, like any other thing, will catch us prepared or unprepared.
We talked about preparedness just a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
That you need to have resources that you're putting aside for bad times.
Yes.
And this is going to be one of them. In lucky countries or lucky businesses in other countries have their governments, hoying
Yeah. These stimulus packages.
Stimulus packages
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Those are very important. 80 or 70% of the workforce in many countries is actually funded, not funded, is supported by small business.
Yes.
So the governments realize the importance of small business. We've never been good in this country with small business. So we are a bit on our own, which is quite sad. But back to the question, you still need to be prepared. People make enough money in business. That's why you want to do business.
Yeah.
You make enough money in business to at least carry for a couple of months without income. And this is going to show us,
who are those who took the right measures. And it's so true. I mean, we joke about these things, and we got angry when Rupert made a joke about how we spend money and we buy expensive cars and we go to, what did you play? The place in Sentin.
Yeah, some place I don't know.
I've never been actually. So, but the truth is, people have been reckless with their money.
Yeah.
And I think about a lot of people who we talk to in this program, run their own small businesses, may not be practically putting money aside because nobody thinks about a corona coming. I mean,
absolutely. We also have the hand to mouth.
Yes.
That is going on. People don't make that much money. Back to the business plans. Optimization of your cash flows and that kind of things, which we were hoping to dig deeper into.
Yes.
And here we are. The tarmac working. The tire, the rubber is hitting the tarmac.
It's right on the tarmac now. But it's a double whammy. Now we also have a recession, by the way, going on. They can call it technical or whatever. I think that we are seriously in a recession. So here's a recession, and now here's a virus that is plaguing society.
So many moving parts when I rams. The oil thing, Russia, Saudi alone would have affected a lot of people.
Yeah.
But as we say, it's how do you position yourself
in
that value chain? Are you going down or upstream? There are opportunities, but like I'm saying on the blog that I wrote, it's up to people who've been in that space for a while. You may have a good eye for these kinds of opportunities. Go for it.
And we're gonna get to opportunities later, but let's talk about preparedness. How should people prepare themselves for seen and unseen eventualities?
Now, this is what I was told a long time ago, and did not follow the advice. Unfortunately, I did not follow the advice, to the extent I could have. But there are instruments, products.
Yeah.
For instance, I'll make a simple example. You want to buy an expensive printing machine. You have 5 million in your bank account.
Yeah.
That 5 million in a bank account is giving you interest. But you'll be surprised to find out that there are financial instruments that can make you even more money. And they're accessible in a very, very short space of time. Unlike in a bank where you need to put in a 30-day notice and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
These instruments are very flexible. In 24 hours, you can have all your cash because this is money put into different funds
Yes.
and that kind of thing. So I told a friend of mine who actually wanted to pay me, didn't feel I was entitled to his money. He bought something worth a lot of money, and after 2-3 years, he had all that money back.
Wow.
He invested in one of these
Instruments? Yeah.
They paid the thing for him, but they used this money for other things.
Yes.
And then when they got his money back, he paid very, very little money, and he had his money back because he had an emergency. Wow. Guess what? And now he had a printing machine worth millions.
Yes.
And he got this money back. So there's so many things that these guys can do. And people are bumping into a lot of money. You get a tender that you're spending a night for, and then you win the tender worth 30-40 million bucks. You have to at least be able to put away 5 million.
I say 10 to 20%, especially for that kind of money, yes. That windfall rather.
Yeah, put it aside, speak to these guys, and don't speak to him on one session. Speak to him on a couple of occasions.
Yeah.
They have these things in their heads. There's plenty of them. Some they don't remember offhand because they don't sell them all the time. Some of them sounds riskier than others. But you, as a client, could have an appetite for that kind of investment.
Well, the higher the risk, the higher the rewards.
The rewards.
I mean, and by the way, it is no secret that that's how the wealthy have survived. It's not that they're smarter than us. They've always accessed these instruments that have always been there. Absolutely. That also includes, if you run a business and you employ people, you could use this instrument to save some of the money for salaries, for emergencies when salaries happen. Because it's going to happen now. People are going to have to put people at home and still pay them.
Absolutely. That's the one I took. That's the one we took. We insured a couple of people, and then I forgot about it. I forgot about it. A couple of years we were broke, and this guy called me. Hey, Mr. Matlapeng, you've got money. I said, what money? He came back. We were able to pay salaries for 2-3 more months after that. Totally forgotten about it.
I like a phrase that I learned years ago about what insurance is. They say insurance is paying yourself first.
Yeah.
So when you insure, you're actually paying yourself first for days like this.
Absolutely.
I took something that I think was called an income guarantee.
Yeah.
And I forgot about it.
Yeah.
And one day things were going tough. I went to my broker to say I'd like to review my policies because I can't afford it. He says, but wait a minute. Do you know that you also have this X amount that's sitting there you should be getting every month?
Yeah.
Boom.
Exactly.
I must actually call him now.
Exactly.
So that's preparedness. We have to access, and it's not simply about speaking to a broker. They do exist at your bank and everywhere else.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's not a special person.
The thing is, they love to talk about it. They love to tell people about it, and then they also forget because, like any pro, you learn as you grow in your field. So they discover other avenues as well and how to do these things.
So, like corona and many organisms, I mean, how they really live is they are hoarding, and they hoard. They go into spaces and they stay there and they harvest. And in this panic, by the way, this hoarding that's happening now, we all go buy lots of stuff and toilet paper too. Did you know why we do that? Is there a need though in dealing with situations like this to hoard, as in hoard resources that we have?
Yep.
To prepare for the tough times.
Absolutely. We one of the things that is going to project about your business is your character of the person. And there's be a lokshin, in lokshin, if you're doing well, somehow it has to show. You have to resist the temptation.
Yeah.
It's a very I think it's destructive, to be when you're doing well and that kind of thing. Because this is another thing that I've been trying to say on here to our watchers, our viewers. As the business progresses, the money that you're dealing with becomes more.
Yeah.
If you focus on what you're doing, you will not even see that. Other people will see that. It's not up to you. There should be no pressure on you to say, okay, fine, I need to now get this expensive car. Yeah. Okay, I'll use this example. I was told to buy an expensive car by my accountant for tax efficiencies. I still feel it was a dumb idea, and my partners.
I think it's a dumb idea.
and my partners agreed, but it was a dumb idea.
Yeah.
But that's how you end up with those kinds of things.
Yeah.
That temptation of having to show off and it's very tough. Because as a business person, your eye should be on the next coronavirus. That's where your eye should be.
Yes.
Because it's no point making nice and good money and then being broke for another 2-3 years. It's very hurtful, trust me. I'm speaking from experience. It hurts your feelings. So make your money, keep that thing. Keep it. And like I'm saying, you know, it can actually come in quadruples and whatever if you put it in the right.
Yes. In fact, my own business mentor, when I started many years ago, said to me, look at your annual financial results of the past year and factor in a loss of 40% of that, whether it's going to happen or not. Says that's going to make you wealthy. Because if you don't lose the 40%, you're making lots of money.
The other thing that came out of that article that Warren Buffett wrote was how when you add efficiencies into what you're doing now, especially during these times, when things change around and come back to normalcy, do not now splurge. You understand? Keep that. You've managed to come up with something new. You've come up with a new way of making your business run. Keep to that because now you're making more money.
Yes. So look, we know that we're not about to get a stimulus. I hope we do get it, especially for small businesses. I mean, I've been writing on social media about small businesses that are going through a rough patch because of this. I've got personal friends who are going through a rough patch because of this. I even last week wrote about, survival is business. You can't call it real business, but because it's real about surviving every day. But a woman who would have sold lots of fruit at the Moria pilgrimage and feed her family for the next 3 months is now sitting with the possibility of actually death from hunger, not from the virus.
Exactly.
So we're not going to get that, and it's going to be survival of the fittest. But there's a flip side. And it's a flip side that I spoke about earlier on the show. There are opportunities that will come out of this.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I mean, as I sit here, and there's a video that we're going to we'll be showing, is I'm saying to anybody who's out there, if you make a sanitizer, if you make what do you call those towels and stuff like that, and gloves and whatever, I want you to throw them here. I will advertise them for you for free. This is the time for small business to make money because those things are running out.
Absolutely.
Are there opportunities out there?
There are plenty opportunities. Like I was saying earlier, if you're not in the sanitizer game, you're not losing out. Somebody has to collect the rubbish, the sanitizer rubbishes. Somebody has to come up with the raw materials to do those sanitary towels.
Sanitary towels, yes.
And the alcohol that goes into these things. So don't only look at that stage in the value chain, which is now the sanitizer hitting the counter. There are things that happen before that. There are things that happen after that. So those are opportunities. I'm in software and. People need to buy online now. People are
working from home now.
They're working from home,
so they need your services.
Exactly. So this is the thing. The other thing which is hidden behind this is that people are also going to see now that they don't need to go to the office. But there's an opportunity in there from whatever other manner you can think of. Are you going to furnish people's offices at home? Are you going to install other people's Wi-Fi, so that they can work from home? Because this is going to add a totally new dimension into how we perceive and how we work. So for me, even I'm not saying I have to do this thing now during the coronavirus issue. Suddenly, people are going to realize how convenient it is that they can actually pay over a month and I deliver food for them on a monthly basis, or I partner with somebody who makes food. So there's plenty of opportunities to view this thing. Don't be like the guy who sees Ram selling beer next door and Lena next door he sells beer. You understand? The country can actually collect beer bottles. He can actually deliver to Rams instead of selling the same thing as Rams.
So, in conclusion, Coach Edwin says something very important that I love. He says, in this period, if you have a product or service that is going to eat out of this crisis, sadly, that's what happens in life. He says, treat your clients very well. And if you can, exceed expectations, because this is the time when they need you. So do even more than that. They'll keep on coming back to you. I even add, if you have extra cash in your pocket, look out for that small business person who needs more cash to deliver, because you could just be a partner to something big happening. But because we're dealing with what we're dealing with, all I'm going to say is thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Or we can even go there. I do not have to tell you about where we are currently in the world, not only in South Africa. Devastating times about the COVID-19 coronavirus, it's also called, although it's not the same thing. Times are tough. There's going to be lots of bloodshed on the wall. People are going to lose jobs. Businesses are going to crash. But there is a flip side. Every crisis presents a lot of opportunity out there. There is so much you can do if you are providing a service or a product that responds to where we are now in the country. There's going to be lots of water needed out there. We need sanitizers as we speak. There's going to be a need for sanitary towels, a need for hotels where people could be quarantined because not everybody has space. There's going to be a need of all sorts of things. Now, you could be the person who's already producing a sanitizer or water or masks or gloves, whatever it is. I want to offer you an opportunity right now. I want you to come and bring that product here so that we can advertise it for free on Talk with Rams, because this could be your one opportunity to grow your business. Not all big business is going to supply what we need. Even they will run out of supply. As people panic and buy toilet paper, maybe this is your chance to supply toilet paper. Let us advertise it here for free. Let's tell people about it so that you can get your new markets and can capitalize, and I hate to say it, capitalize on this crisis. There is no crisis without opportunity. Never waste a crisis. That's my closing comment.